Thank you. This amendment is actually directly related to this underlying bill. The bill requires HHS to conduct an interagency review of the status of and identify research related to women and underserved populations with lung cancer. Part of that study needs to be comprehensive, or else what's the point? And one of the issues that is impacting research related to lung cancer, as well as other cancers, pediatric disease, maternal health, mental health, and Alzheimer's disease, is the president's attempt to put a cap on the indirect costs of NIH grants, which is not a new idea. In speaking with a former Republican colleague of yours before I got here, this idea has been floated around Congress before and has been thoroughly rejected on a bipartisan basis. And whether the courts strike down the president unilaterally doing it or not, my guess is it's probably coming back, because the Heritage Foundation is the one that keeps coming up with this idea. And so far, everything the president has done has been in line with the Heritage Foundation's ideas. But that cap has a direct result on the ability of research institutions to do the research, because they use shared resources that cannot be allocated to one particular clinical trial or one particular research project. And while some universities have the endowments or other sources to make up that funding, others don't. And I've talked to a lot of research institutions in Virginia and asked directly, can you give me an example of a clinical trial you are currently doing that you are worried will have to stop if this cap takes effect? And the first example I got was a clinical trial related to treatments for metastatic brain tumors. Metastatic brain tumors are not the ones formed from brain cancer. It is when other cancers, like lung cancer or kidney cancer or any other, metastasize, leading to brain tumors. And ultimately, it's the brain tumor that kills that person, not the underlying original organ failure that was subject to the cancer. That's exactly what happened with my father. And so if we're going to research the status of research related to women and underserved populations with lung cancer, that also has to include the effect of actions of the administration or this Congress on the ability of that research to happen. And so this amendment is directly related to this bill. It shouldn't delay it. It should be, I don't understand why we wouldn't want a comprehensive study. And if we're not going to adopt this amendment, which I'm under no illusions about where the math is here, I would hope that my colleagues would at least want to ask those questions of the research institutions in their states and get a better idea about the real-world implications of the cap on indirect costs that the president unilaterally imposed. And with that, I yield.